Friends, we are with Robin D'Souza today, Goa's ace all-rounder who has been playing cricket for Goa for last about 10 to 12 years. Welcome Robin D'Souza. Welcome to the chat show with me.
Thank you.
Just wanted to start on with your looks first. You're the most, I believe, the most handsome cricketer Goa has ever seen on the field, I believe, because most of the girls and most of the crowd, the female crowd, are on the field to see you rather than you playing cricket. How does it go along? Like your cricket is first, your looks, or you what is it like?
No, it's not the looks. I think it's a difficult, very difficult question to ask, and very.
Yeah, you're a good-looking guy. I remember there used to be somebody like Richard Snell who used to play for South Africa, very good-looking, fast bowling all-rounder. And you are on the field, and most of the time I hear the people outside, the girls especially, the Robin is playing. I've come to see Robin, and they have never seen Robin, but the word spreads so fast to see Robin D'Souza. So I'm straight away coming to the point. I'm hitting you off the track, and I started with it. So how do you carry yourself, as a cricketer, as your looks, and how do you?
No, I think it's more of a performance which grabs my attention for other people if they want to come and have a look at me. Because thank you. I thank my parents for that. But I do maintain myself the way it has to
you
be.
take care of it.
I do take care of it.
It's not just the parents. How you carried on with it, right? Coming to yourself, you started playing cricket at very early age. I mean, you were born in Dubai, right?
Yes, I was born in Dubai,
Yeah, the information which I've collected a little bit, and after knowing you for so long, I think you were born in Dubai. And then tell us something about your birth and how you moved out from Dubai to Goa and how it started cricket.
I was born in Dubai because my parents, they moved there, they got married and decided to have me. And so I started studying my kindergarten, my schooling and everything for whatever age I was there. Because of the Gulf War, we had to leave. Because all the non-residentials and everyone during the 89-90,
You went Dubai, right?
Yes. So they were all asked to, because they were working for Indian company.
Evacuate,
yeah. She was working with Dubai Burma Shell.
Okay.
So all the non-residentials were just asked to vacate for their own safety. So that's the reason we just moved in.
You came to Goa?
Parents came to Goa and I was left to study in Mumbai.
Okay, you were in Mumbai.
Yes.
You studied in Mumbai.
Yes.
So your cricket started in Mumbai basically?
More or less, because
what age you were in Mumbai? Like it was like at the age of 8 or what?
At the age of 9 I was in Mumbai.
Hey, that's okay.
Yes, so I was put in a boarding because I think there was a language barrier which just did not help because Marathi was obviously the main language and English was for me and
which was the school?
I studied in St. Dominic's in Dadar.
Okay.
Yes, it's run by nuns.
Okay.
And it's more of a convent. It's a co-education convent for special kids who wants to do languages and stuff like that.
Okay.
So straight away I studied over there. Then I came back to Goa. So yes.
And you started. You were going for, as you were saying about Dadar, because Dadar is a hub of cricket in India.
Yes.
So you any classes you were going for cricket? You started there. Did your basics start there, or it was all in Goa?
No, I used to play a lot of cricket with my brother. To be honest with you, maybe in the house or outside the colony. But the only bad thing or lack of yes.
Ryan.
Yes, Ryan D'Souza. He plays also. And the lack of thing for my school was the sports was not the first priority. It was more like studies. Like, we had subjects like English literature, more basically on arts.
Very religious also.
Yes, it was run by nuns and it used to get into my head where I was more of a sporty person from a very young age. So always playing, breaking things.
So you just you enjoyed the schooling, but you just wanted to be on your own at some time of your life.
Absolutely. I always wanted to be more...
So all that happened when you came to Goa?
It did. Independently, it actually happened because I wanted to play cricket. And I happened to come to Gymkhana where the selections were going on for under 16s.
Go under 16?
Yes, go under 16 and I just decided to enroll myself in. And that's how my cricket started.
And you got selected?
I was in the 40, I would say.
But they recognized you because the selectors.
Yes.
Who were the selectors at that time? That time we were not selected.
No, I think I was very fortunate enough to walk in straight because I think I did impress Jayesh Shetty, who was there.
Jayesh Shetty.
Yeah, he himself was a fast bowler then, and I think there was Mr. Vijay Chogle, who was the secretary there.
Okay, so they were on the nets whenever
Yes,
when you had
yes, yes. I was,
So you were. It started that you were when you went for the selection, you were not straight away in the Goa under 16 team. Then the next year you came in. I think you had done some job for performances for your school. I think.
Yes.
You were in Don Bosco, right?
No. Ryan was actually in Don Bosco.
You were in which school?
I was in Dominic's only, and finished it there. Because
Then you came to the college here.
Yes.
You are in which college here?
No. I did my all correspondence and everything over there.
Okay.
Because once I came back here, I started playing cricket.
Okay.
So it was difficult for me to take a 3-month leave, and so it was.
So you were only on the cricket.
Yes.
Cricket was your life.
Yes.
From the age of 16, I can say.
Absolutely.
From the age of 15 or.
I think I started at 14, but never played any, competitive cricket. I played for my schools. The only tournament which by mistake they enrolled us.
That was Harris Shield.
I don't think it was Harris Shield. It was we had to win that particular tournament.
To be participant in the Harris Shield.
Yeah, because Harris Shield
qualifying not. They have about 2 slots for the qualifying not to be there.
Exactly, that's where all the schools were involved in cricket. And you have played Harris Shield.
I've not played Harris Shield because my schooling was in Goa. So I have played in the college. I was in the first year in Goa College.
So I just don't know, how high it is there.
It's very difficult to play the Harris Shield itself. Is like playing for half the Bombay under 16 sides.
For us it was 11. We were only 2 kids. Me and I remember a guy called Nelson Coutinho or something. Yes, we were the only 2 cricketers who were cricketers kind of with the rest
at
of them.
that time. Yeah.
Yes, all of them were filled up.
And then you went on to play. You came down and you tried for under 16. That season you did not get selected. The next season you got selected for Goa under 16.
No, actually the thing what happened was it was under 19s which I went for selection trial.
You went very anywhere for it. It happens.
Yeah, so I just walked in because I had no clue about what criteria, what has to be.
I also did a similar kind of mistake. When I was 13, I went for under 25 selection. And they made us run a lot. And then I thought I'll never play cricket again. But the next year I got selected for under 15. So it goes, it happens. Because when you love the game so much, you just want to get that. You got to get in that click.
That's absolutely, and I was suggested that you still have under 16, so why do you want to come for under 19s? And I just had a blank face, and I just said I didn't know this, so they asked me to come for under 16.
So next time you got selected for the under 16.
I was straight in the under 16 sport.
Great.
So yeah.
What was your score like? Can you tell about the players?
I mean, most of them, those guys are playing now with me. Sagun Kamath played under 16s with me. So we have been playing in the same boat in
Sagun Kamath and Swapnil Sahil Duri.
Sahil Duri was a captain.
Aditya
Angle was there with
Junior.
us. Yes. No. He
along with your
he played with us. Then Damodar Redkar.
Okay. And Shadab Jagadi was a senior.
Shadab was a couple of years senior. Yeah. So he was playing under 9.
So you were on a pretty good side, Billy, under 16. How well was the tour and how well did in the South Zone at that time?
Me and Naresh Parsekar came first and second as fast bowlers. Because I had 21 wickets, he got 19. So
in the South Zone?
Yes. In the South Zone, I was the highest wicket taker and Naresh Parsekar was second. So it was one game difference because we had a very healthy, strong competition between us.
Okay.
And so I ended up.
You did well, and carrying that strong team. How was Goa's performance then?
We did extremely well because there was nothing like. I think we took lead, and because it was a 3-day game, we didn't have any outrights. We did extremely well against Tamil Nadu, I remember. Missed the lead by a whisker actually. I think it was, they got 1.
So your cricket started with Goa normal under 16, then you went on to play under 19s for Goa?
Yes, after that.
How many years you played for under 19s, Goa?
I represented Goa 3 years on 19.
And then you were part of a South Zone team, did you get
South Zone twice, yes.
Okay, and I believe you were in the camp for the India under 19s also.
Under 16 camp I was.
You were under 16 camp for
25 people, we had a camp in.
But your crop of the guys were the same boys who later on went to be in the India and what under 19s?
Yes, most of them did.
I think Mohammad Kaif and all these boys.
Mohammad Kaif, I don't think he was there in that camp for some reason, but Yuvraj Singh, Harbhajan Singh, Ravneet Ricky, I remember was...
Ritinder
Sodhi was there. Ravneet Ricky, in fact, I still remember his name is because he was supposed to be the next big thing.
Yeah, big thing, yeah.
Because
it did not happen that way.
Yes, he just, I think he
but he did went on to play a lot of cricket for Punjab.
lot of cricket. He was there, yeah.
So you were under 19s and under 16 got through a normal work. You were a normal hero, almost going for the South Zone. Like it is not a joke when you play for under 19 Kuch Bihar and then get into the South Zone side. It's a big achievement. You're almost knocking the doors of India, and Indian selectors are watching you.
That's right.
So you got into the under 19. Then till then you were not played Ranji Trophy.
No, I was not in the Ranji Trophy.
So when did you make your Ranji Trophy debut? What was the age and what was your first game and how it happened like?
I think once I finished 2 years of under 19, I was still knocking. Like I was quite keen to play.
You're doing good in your bowling.
Yes, I was. I was doing very well in the fast bowling department as well as, but I was very useful all rounder.
Batting.
Bat as well. So
you have some good knocks in under 19s.
Excellent knock. I think I got 89 against Karnataka.
That's a big knock.
And, it was against a very strong. They had 5 India players, and I just went and enjoyed myself because I think Namaskar asked me if I wanted to bat at number 3, and for me batting is 3 or 9 or 10 or whatever. I mean, you still have to go face a ball. So I decided, okay, yes sir, why not? And that year I had 3 like 60s, 79, and I think 169 I got against Kerala in Gymkhana, 89. So I was still telling the selectors that I'm ready.
You're a bowling all-rounder.
Yes.
A lot of batting to do in.
Yes, and I started enjoying batting. But then last year of my under 19, I was in the squad. So
especially Goa needs most of the time you need to bat more than that ball because Goa has always had even the history. Goa has great bowling attack, one of the best bowling attacks in the country.
Yes.
In fact,
yes.
There have been many times, but what is to lack is to be batting because whatever. There have been situations when I remember like teams like Tamil Nadu would score mammoth totals against Bombay, so it's like 600. But the thing difference was that Bombay would chase it down and 600 won. At the same time, the same teams on a flatter wickets, the Goans would restrict them to around 280 or 300. But the sad thing was that the Goans could not manage those 280 runs.
I agree.
So
Yes.
The history of bowling attack Goa has it's a long, extraordinary bowling attack. And it's sad that many of them could not play bigger cricket than what they have achieved.
Right, yeah, that's absolutely right because there have been.
Because we had Goans did not qualify for the knockouts and all these things happened.
Yes, that's the only thing. That's the only thing.
You made on to the Ranji Trophy as a fast bowler.
Yes.
And you entered the first class scene.
Yes.
So what was your debut game and when it took place? Were you sitting out? How it happened?
No, I sat out for quite a few games, I would say.
Before making your debut.
Yes.
So you were understudy for a long time.
I did have a very good experience of being with fantastic players like Sandeep Dahad was there, Amit Ghani from Bombay. I quite admired Mandar Fatke as a batsman because as a youngster growing up, I could see him, handling very tough situations. He was a professional for us. Then few others like Tanveer Jabbar was there. He was because during those times, Satish guy.
These are actually you're naming all this Tanveer Jabbar, Mandar the same age group with me because they played.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you know them better than me. But
all my under 19 mates, in fact.
So it was something for me to learn because the coaches told us that these are the guys. But for me, always he's been a very big hero for me, and still he is Vivek Kolamkar. And I've learned a lot from him. Admired his cricket. He's actually helped me a lot. I've been his roomie, fortunate enough to be his roomie for all the games actually. Ranji Trophy I played till he played with me. So.
And he was the captain.
First year, yes. Second year, I think it was.
No, first year he was the captain when you were in the squad, but you did not get to play.
No, I did not get an opportunity.
So you were with the captain all the time.
Yes.
But still you could not make it to the level.
The only thing which he taught me.
You should have tried some tricks with him. Maybe.
I bought a couple of dinners. But
it happened. But then you waited for the full season.
Yes.
You were understudy for a full season.
Yes.
And the next year you made a debut in the first game, I think.
No, the last one actually.
Again, so you were almost a lot of games.
Almost 8-9 games.
It almost matched my records, I believe. Because I was also similar, like 11 games in the squad and over the period of 16 years. But you had it in 2 years. So
I had it in 2 years. Yes. I think I would say I'm the lucky one.
Lucky one. Okay. So you got your debut cap, and then how it was like. You played the first game. Tell me something about it.
I mean, it was. I was fortunate, or I don't know if I say unfortunate, but I think I had an opportunity coming because this was in Delhi, and Aditya Angle, who was my batchmate, like he also sat out with me the whole season. He was getting a chance to bat at number 7 because there was the only slot open. So I'm still thinking, because fast bowlers, it was very difficult for me to get in because there was Narayan Kambli, he was doing extremely well. There was Sandeep Dahad, Amit Dani. So 3 fast bowlers are always enough. You wouldn't consider having another.
So you have been with the squad with the best fast bowler Goa has seen.
Absolutely. And so we had Shadab Jakati and Syed Khalid, and I think we had
Faisal Sheikh as well.
Faisal Sheikh as an off spinner. So it was a bowling thing, but it was very tight. So for me to walk in and it was very difficult, to be very honest. If you read the names, it'll get very difficult.
Yeah.
Where would Robert
at that time?
Yes. And so the coach just asked me, like, I feel bad because, but then I said, I understand completely, sir. It's just
You had to make a debut anyway.
But then fortunately at 11 o'clock in the night, I got a call from the coach saying that you can play only if you can open because that's the only slot
At least
available.
the coach is to talk to you like this.
Yes. I mean, I've been with quite a few brilliant coaches. So I'm like, okay, so should I? And he said, this is only split. And I said, yes, I'm ready. That's the opening.
You want to play Ranji Trophy?
I said, yes, I'm ready. I'm ready for a big game. So, yes, so opened up in Delhi at Palam with one of the
Quite a seeming track.
quickest fast bowlers.
Yeah.
I still remember the first ball he bowled, it hit me on my forearm and went to
Who was the
square leg.
bowler?
Can't remember his
Which
name.
team you playing
In
against?
Services. A very
Services.
tall fast bowler.
Okay.
Sorry, and I think he was quick. And the only thing I know is the first ball it hit me, it went to square leg. There was one run.
And you were off the grooves like.
No, I was fine. I didn't react, and it was very painful. I could see the lump. Next ball, T. Arasu, who was a professional from Tamil Nadu.
Yeah, railways also, I believe. No?
Yeah,
Tamil
he
Nadu.
played quite a few. Yes, yeah. And first ball he played, it hit him inside the knee,
Oh.
and he went straight to the hospital.
Okay.
So he was a wicket keeper for us.
And you were on the non-stop.
I was an on-striker, and Rohit Rane was the captain, if I remember. Rohit Rane was there, yes.
That is the second year.
Yes. And,
First year Vivek was there. and then
Vivek,
Vivek,
yes. So I'm just standing and watching this like kind of a show happening. I'm like wondering to
I
myself.
know, I can understand this. You're playing as an opener, you're batting first, the team.
Yes, you're batting for
And
We won-
the atmosphere on the
we lost
bowling grounds, let me people who don't know, it's like it's all misty all the time in the morning. It's very seeming, it's wet. The track is almost
It is
wet.
It is
If
wet.
if I'm not wrong.
It is wet,
Yeah,
definitely.
and it's a very seeming track. It's at least before till the lunch session, the things are very difficult for the batsman. That's how it works there.
And it is, I mean,
And it's a home ground of services. They rock and roll on it the way they want.
they do have some really
Yeah.
strong fast bowlers also. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, we just, and then I kept wickets because our wicket keeper was gone.
You got an opportunity to wicket keep.
So yeah, bowling I just bowled one over, and I did pick a wicket which was on a no ball, which I still think was something that I should have learned from my coaches, that not to bowl a no ball in the nets. But at that moment,
So you
try to
bowled
bowl
only
big
one
wicket.
over in the Ranji Trophy debut.
Yes, one
Yeah,
over.
and you got a wicket also as well,
Yes.
but it was a no ball.
It was a
So
no ball.
Very memorable Ranji Trophy debut.
Big time, and I kept for 160 overs also.
Wow.
So this is how I started my cricket in a first class arena for Goa.
So then it is a last game also. It
Yes.
leaves in a track where the people also, the gossip starts in that Robin is doing wicket keeping, Robin is doing this, and a lot of things to hit you on the head. But at the same time, the right people must have seen your determination to carry on whatever you're given in.
Absolutely.
And I think the next season was your season. That's how you walked in.
I did I started doing really well,
Yeah.
and we were given an opportunity to express ourselves, and Sagun Kamath, Swapnil, myself.
Who was the coach
Aditya.
then, the third season for you?
If I'm not wrong, I think we had Namdev Fatte.
As the coach.
Yes.
And who was leading? Rohit was leading again.
I think it was Rohit. Yeah.
Yeah, Rohit led for 2 years.
Yes,
So
yes, it was Rohit. Yes. So we had, I think it was Sharad Pednekar also who coached us 1 year.
Yeah.
So we did get an opportunity to start doing well,
Mm.
but it helped us with every youngsters coming up and expressing themselves, because we knew if we have to do well, we got to do well to stay.
Who was your senior most player teammate at that particular squad, your third season? Because that was a changing phase for Goa. Very good.
Yes.
Where all the youngsters were going to become seniors very soon.
I think we had quite a few. I think Vivek Kolamkar was also
there
the
with you.
fake.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think he could have played a lot of cricket.
More, yeah.
Yes, more cricket he could have easily played. I still consider him as one of the best opening batsmen
Yeah, for Goa.
for Goa. Definitely.
And a very thinking person, I believe.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, full respect to Swapnil. His record is
No,
achieved.
Swapnil and Sagun and Vivek,
Sagun, yes.
all of them come in the same category. Some go on to play big cricket and some get the clicks here and there. So
I think Sagun and Swapnil came after Vivek's
Vivek
departure.
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
that's one thing. But then what I've seen is that's how. I mean,
Vivek is a senior person.
He
He's a senior
was a senior most for me, and yes.
Because I remember him coming in this when I was under 16 when I was leaving Goa at that point. So
Okay.
that was way before when the age of 22. So that was a long time back.
Right.
Your cricket of Ranji Trophy, how many wickets you have in first class cricket?
97 first.
97 first class wickets. You're just waiting 3 wickets to make it.
Yes, actually.
And I hope that you get enough opportunities the next season. I think you had a little bit of tougher time on this season where you were outside, more not
Yes. I was not considered this season for Ranji Trophy, and I mean it's just a learning phase.
It happens for a big. You must have seen many of these phases in your earlier.
Yes. I've come across a lot.
But I look forward. I did not know about this 97 thing, and I look forward to you getting your 100 wickets and in the next season, and you should be doing it. And how many runs you have got?
1300 actually, 1,300 runs, and
that's nice.
Yeah.
So you'll be one of the few Goan cricketers to achieve this with 100 and 1,000
runs. Yes,
you'll be in the list of that few Goan cricketers. Coming back to who were your idols when you're grooming yourself as all-rounders? I'm not talking of the Goan lads, Goan people who backed you up. Yeah, you come back to that later. Who were international cricketers whom you've looked upon? Like when I was young, I used to look upon. I turned out to be a spinner, but I used to really admire Ian Botham as an all-rounder, Richard Hadley, and Kapil Dev. Who were your idols?
For me, it's always been Steve Waugh.
Steve Waugh.
Yeah, because I'm a very big. I think as we learn when you're growing up in books and textbooks and stuff like that, for me, reading his autobiography, which came out of his comfort zone, which actually just came 7-8 years back once he retired, but. And the few, he's very, very admiring for me. He's one guy who's seen all,
Of course, he's my idol as well. Steve Waugh, Saurav Ganguly, it's a similar kind of
exactly.
Who have been fighters, who don't have much in them, but they never like to lose. So
they never wanted to give up.
Especially you talk about Steve Waugh, the century he scored against the West Indies. That was the end of West Indies when that was the Richardson leading. So he is, of course, your idol is a brilliant all-rounder, but he was a batting all-rounder.
Yeah, I think if you see his career at the start, he was always a fast bowler who could
medium pace.
Yes, he could swing the ball, who could actually walk in the
but then he went on to be more of a batting this, and when he started leading Australia.
Yeah, and one thing I read about him is he said one thing straight. With my pace, I could get wickets, but I could get a wicket, but not wickets.
Yeah.
So this is one thing which I've always learned from him, and so I started.
Brilliant idolism there. You have Steve Waugh as your man. In the mind all the time, and whenever you're in crisis, you always get out of the things when people you meant about him. Coming to Goans, who are the people who helped you or whom you looked upon when you started cricket for Goa at that particular time?
Quite a few people actually. There have been, say, Mr. Chetan Desai, who has always backed me. He's seen me work hard, and he's one guy who's always been on my mind when it comes to someone who's actually pushed me for my hard work only. Like he's seen me run in the range, he's seen me train hard, he's seen me.
He is keeping an eye on the cricketers. Basically.
Yes, so he's always backed me when it came to my.
Any fast bowlers, or any coaches?
I mean, there's quite a few to name actually. There are a lot of people who have come in my life who has always come and helped me, given me advice, told me what to do, what is good, what not is good. And for me, I'm always a guy who takes everything what comes his way, because there's nothing waste. You know what they have learned from someone else is they're trying to pass it on to you, and I'm one guy who's actually always. This is all the knowledge, and that knowledge is never wasted.
97 wickets in first class.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. Which is your prize wicket in those 97 wickets?
Quite a few, but I still remember. I think you were there in that game. I did get Saurav Ganguly out, but
and it was just not out.
Yeah, but he decided not to walk because the situation. I mean, I understand his. Ideology behind it, because
he wanted to win also.
Yes, his team had to qualify for the.
And if he can use his power, then he's going to.
Yes, I mean.
But I know it was caught by Sagun, and
yes.
It was more. It was out swinger for left-hander, which moved out. Like for you, it is.
That's right. Yeah, because I think I always wanted to.
I want a legitimate wicket, which you have recorded in the 97, which is.
Ranji Trophy.
Not Ranji Trophy. You might have played in England, and you might have got a prize wicket.
Justin Langer out was the biggest.
So you got Justin Langer out.
I got him out, caught behind. I think he just took it a bit too easy for me, because I just thought some lad. I just came and bowled the first one, this gentle outswinger, and he just left it. Second one, it was much more quicker than he expected it. and it just came in and left him basically. So just hit the glove, and I mean jumped up with the height and gloved and scored behind. So I think it was one.
Well,
wicket.
there is a prize we get.
That's definitely. I got Trescothick out twice, so that one thing I can always proudly say that.
But most often you go after left-handers, I believe.
Because of my natural angle,
Yeah.
I do like getting left-handers out. I can say.
Yeah,
that.
because that's an outswinger, which is you're more of an in-swing bowler,
Yes.
which goes the outswing for the left-handers.
Definitely, yes.
Like Javagal Srinath at one particular time when
Yes,
he kept
yes.
getting Alan Border out.
He's one guy who's always been admired as a big in-swing bowler.
Yeah.
Like left-handers, Gary Kirsten, he got quite a
Yeah,
bit.
many.
Yes.
Most of the left-handers is to be his. Coming to your cricketing zone, you travel regularly to England. So
Yes.
how many years have been? When was the first time you went to England? And what share some experiences? You play for the top league there. You play for the
Yes.
second Somerset side, almost in the
Yes.
in that particular league. So this year you have not been traveling there.
No, this year I've not.
This is the
gone.
first break I believe you have had for a long time.
10 years, in fact. Yeah.
10 years,
I've been,
so-
going down. I went there in 2003.
Okay,
Played in.
that was your first time.
That's right. Yeah, I was actually asked to come.
And you've
play.
been stuck with the same club?
I played 3 clubs there, 4 clubs in fact.
4 clubs in 10 years.
10 years, yes. So I've actually spent a lot of time in one particular.
But it is in the same league.
Yes, yes.
So all 10 years of yours have been in the same league.
Playing Premier.
That's
One.
amazing. That's amazing because that means you maintain yourself so well there. And a lot of wickets, I believe, and a lot of
Yeah.
hard work you have to do and performance. You can share your views and how the county cricket in England is, what it puts on your head actually.
See, the thing about county cricket in England is there is no rest for them. Like, there are 18 games because they play home and away. The structure of their cricket is like that. That
18 games in 3.5 months.
3.5 months. So basically 4 months they play. They start in early April. They go until say mid-September.
18 games of 50 overs.
No. This is first class cricket.
First class, 4 day.
4 day games. Yes, and along with that they have to fit in their 50
A lot of
overs
20,
game.
like almost have 4 games of 3 to 4 games a
I think
weekend.
they have they slashed the 50 over games. There's no 50 overs games.
Yeah.
England there's no 50 over games. So there's only 2020.
So in a week you are playing 5 days.
I play 3-day cricket in fact.
3 day and then you 1 day.
Then I have
150.
one Saturday game.
Yeah.
Yes. And then Thursdays we have Thursday evenings and I think Sunday afternoons we have 2 2020s.
Barabar. So almost 5 days a week.
Yes. So there's a lot of cricket over there. And the reason I played, I always wanted to play higher standard of cricket over there is because the best comes out of it. Like Trent Bolt, the fast bowler, Wayne Parnell, these guys like
Playing the same league of yours.
Neil Wagner has played, Aaron Redmond, a New Zealand batsman, and a lot of South Africans and a lot of like Zimbabweans. Like the club I went for a 4-week trial basis, I didn't know I was replacing Prosper Utsa.
Oh.
So he was the overseas for them, but had a Zimbabwe camp, national camp. So he was coming after 4 weeks. Like
So
sorry, after
you were the replacement.
So I went there to play 4 weeks. Once I finished, but I was fortunate enough. I played the Deodar Trophy that season.
Okay.
So I was doing extremely well. So I wanted to just, and I
You
wanted
played
to
the other trophy.
Yeah, I was super sub, first super sub.
Okay.
So yeah, interesting for me. But yeah, so I played. In 2 2020 games I got 100. In one game I got 90 odd. And 4 leagues I played. And 4 leagues, 2 games I got two 5 wickets all I had. And 60 and 79 I
So
scored.
that those 4 weeks which you had, you made your mark there.
I actually made my name there, definitely. Because from then on, I don't think.
You look back. You never let down the team which you played for.
I did let down Prosper Utsa, I can say. Because they cancelled his
No,
contract.
of course, because Zimbabwe international you're replacing is not a joke. Because
Yes.
and you had to, of course, you must have filled a lot of space what he had left, and he must have felt bad about it, whatever. He must have got a second club here and there.
That's right.
So you traveling to England and the experiences you have a cricket from the age of 14 almost. The cricket has been all through your life.
Yes.
Like you're an educationist, which you have done not to the schools, not to the colleges or this. You have done it on your own.
Yes.
So cricket has been your bread and butter, and I could say a genuine professionalism has come into you from the age of 14 itself. Because if you had to earn something or if you had to leave something, of course, you had a genuine family background, I believe, but still the thought in your mind basically to how to grow up. So you are one of the most professional cricketers that has gone up into that, who plays and earns money and gives his best. I see of course, the Goans also now over the last 6 to 7 years are ready for Ranji Trophy.
Yes, yes.
But there was a time when the Goans were not really ready for Ranji Trophy, and because not enough infrastructure was available for us.
That's right.
But you were lucky enough in those first 4 years of yours, where you were ready to play for the Ranji Trophy as soon as you would come in.
I was actually, for me, the first step was always to do well for the county or England, the English season, whatever I was playing, or the club side. But the rest of it was for me just preparing myself for Ranji
Actually,
Trophy.
I envy you badly. I wish my life was the kind of life you had, where only cricket was everything for you, and you had to live, earn, and train, and only cricket. It's extremely nice. It's information I learned it today itself. In fact, going back to your own self, after coming from county, you played a lot of cricket in Ranji Trophy. You have played Dulip Trophy.
I was
in the
squad, yes.
You're in South Zones. Who was your captain and then?
Yes, Vinay Kumar was there.
You're the captain. You're the captain.
Vinay Kumar actually captained.
And you played the other game. You were the
No,
super sub.
I was in the squad actually.
So you have done well for Goa in one particular season, gone on to play and get into squads for South Zone, and you have been in limelight zone all the time. What was the factor that you missed out on the Ranji Trophy last season? You could have, after doing, you have led Goa also.
Yes.
You are actually the captains who has done extremely well at some time of zone with the thinking. Maybe the result has not been given you much of satisfaction, but the way that you control the boys was much better. But can you tell me what was it that you could have missed out, or you could have lapsed out in the last 1 year?
I think it's for me.
Cutting you again, coming back to Robin D'Souza, who lives his life on cricket, and I think one of the utter professionals Goa has, and he's missing a first-class season himself on that particular zone itself, shows that how much pain and desire he wants to get back into the side, and he's been performing. So this question comes to him in that particular episode, where how does he carry himself without cricket and the cricket which he desires to play, and what does he do and how it happened?
I just think that as I was knocking on the doors as a youngster, I think I've come to an age where, or at a point in my career also, that there are youngsters behind me as well who are actually quite keen to do well, and I respect that, because I respect it in one way is that it is generating a lot of competition in me.
So it's raising your levels.
Yes, it is definitely raising my level. Like all the domestic cricket, whatever I've played, other than the first class, I've done extremely well. I've led Sarvodaya, and I'm proudly saying that we have done really well, except in the GPL, because I did personally very well. In the 3 days, we reached the finals, and even in the Premier League, we won the finals. I've been playing a lot of cricket, so that competition level is increasing. Because I've always believed I'm my own competitor. I don't have any competition, but I'm my own competitor. The best comes out of me if I'm competing against myself. So in that's the only reason I would.
And that helps you in a way where your satisfaction level is never there.
I'm never satisfied, because if I'm satisfied, that's the time I should think that okay, I'm going to give my cricket stuff away.
Yeah.
For me, it's always the case, because there are times where I've just given a thought of giving up, but then again, for what? Is the question. If I've achieved something, yes, but I haven't achieved something. I want to get to a mark where I want to get 100 wickets, because the generation to come, I can tell my kids or my students or my whoever or whatever I've learned from everyone is something which I can tell them.
I pray for that. And coming to your tougher zones, when you missed one full season, you could have added around more 18 to 19 wickets this season, and you could have been growing. And Goa would have done better also. Maybe the lucky thing was missing as well. They missed by a friction to qualify. So whatever. That 97 wickets and 100 wickets won't make much of a difference, because India is a country where we have one of the best captains playing only 99 tests. And so it goes that way. So you are already in that zone where you can talk to your kids the way you want.
That's right.
So coming to the question which I asked you about the Ranji Trophy, you missed out on this year.
Yeah.
You strongly hope, you respect the competitors, the level you have. There are a lot of boys coming up. And now it is up to the Goan think tank to understand whether they have to carry the seniority, the think person to mold these boys as well. Because when it's not a joke when you have a lot of juniors coming up and maybe they're good as fast bowlers, but they need to, like, you know, there are many times Zahir Khan did the role for India that way, and Zahir Khan did the role for Bombay as well.
Yes.
Because I know you're a person who keeps talking. Even when I was with a part of the team, when you're a moral boosting me all the time, because it was something new for me playing with these young boys, and you helped me a lot at that particular time, showing the faith and trust to you, because I played under you in the warm-up matches also.
That's
you
right.
always helped me out. So you always talk to the people, and you will always be a helping hand to a captain for the bowling department to on the field to help the boys out. And sure, of course, the boys like Lakshay Garg and so many young boys were there. Surely, you on the field will surely help them up. This has to be a thoughtful thinking where the selectors understand that level. It's not just the performances, but how the team grooms up. Whether you're the team in the squad and how the team grooms up. Because even the matches which we played in 2008, I didn't get to play a game, but I was a part of that team, and we used to share a lot of views with the spinners and the think tank. A lot of things used to happen, and that team was one of the best teams which really made it to the knockout.
Yeah, we actually reached quite far in that.
Yeah, that is the highest Goa has reached. We missed it this year, but we had reached it already in 2008.
We can proudly say we did it.
We did it, yeah. We did it. So it's up to the think tank of the goals and how they select you and let you get that 3 wickets and make you play for Goa, and if you're performing extraordinary, to carry on with it. The age factor, I don't think so happens much, as you said.
Yeah.
And of course, it's a point to be followed at, and the selectors look into it. But if you're doing good, if you have done a good season last year, and at the first class cricket, they should be having you playing for that. So age factor is not the thing.
Age has never been a binding for me.
Okay, if you are playing for an Indian team, and then you have to group, but that is a grooming part, which you are looking forward to the World Cup, or you're planning that way. That is the time the age factor comes in. But we are not in the first class levels. It's like once you play 10 years of first class, it's like a club cricket for you.
Absolutely, yes.
Because you can just get up and go and play first class cricket. It's a new thing for the first season when you're playing first class. The second season itself becomes a targeting year, and the third year, fourth year, it becomes a club cricket.
I mean, you get too used to it.
Too used to it. You know what is a first class cricket, and if Goa needs to move on, these 4 pillars or 5 pillars Goa has: Sagun, Shadab, Robin, and Swapnil, and Saurabh Bandekar. These five boys who have spent a lot of time with this. At least 4 of the 5 boys have to be with the 15 in the. That's what if I'm going to be admin and thinking in that way, I will work it out that way. But of course, everybody has their own views, and they carry on. We nothing to criticize on that. What are your plans, Robin? How do you look forward to yourself? Because you are only playing cricket.
Yes.
You will be. What do you look for? Any degrees with coaching and what have done?
Yeah, I've got quite a few actually. Because as long as I was playing cricket, I did my level 3 also in England.
Okay.
I actually won an award for coaches education also over there. But
so you have done your level 3?
Yes, I've done.
So you're the most qualified coach in Goa, I could say.
But it's in England.
Is there anybody else who has done level 3?
I've not done it in India, so it doesn't consider. They don't
Similar, because
yes.
I have done level 2 with level 1 in ICC and level 2 in Australia.
Absolutely.
But it makes no difference.
Unless and until I go.
You do NIS coaching and then how it goes. Yeah, that's how the cricket.
That is how it goes. But so it's a different. I do respect that.
But you still, you do respect, but you still carry your weight once you're out of India, because if you're going to Nepal and coaching, they can take you as a level 3 coach.
Yes, anywhere outside India, I can even go in Australia and also play. I mean, I do get contracts as player come coach because of my degrees or the certificates I have. And so plus I've got few other qualifications which I can actually work it out with me. So
you look forward. What you look forward in what is your future? And moving in the field of your professional.
Yes, I want to actually, because I've got I've learned so much. I've got so much knowledge which I don't want to waste it. I don't want to put it in a closet that I'm disappointed because I've not been picked or this and that or nothing like that. But I want to pass it on to, as you said, I want to see Lakshay Garg do well for Goa.
Same. I
want to see Buddhare Mangaldas, who's a young cricketer also coming up, to do really well, because. See, the smallest.
You must have helped a lot of way to Ryan.
Yes, Ryan as well.
Okay, great help to Ryan. I mean, Ryan must have boosted his career a lot along with yours.
Absolutely. Even Harshad Gadekar till that, for that matter. Because
everybody, I know, I see, because you were sharing the ball with Bandekar, and then these boys used to be in the reserves, and then most of the time they used to, keen guys, especially Harshad and all, very keen guys,
very
who had that good atmosphere of cricket where they could learn and ask and without
Absolutely,
backbiting and all these things.
Because he's done extremely well is because of that reason.
Yeah, because his attitude.
Yes, because of his attitude, the way he's learned cricket, the way he's come up. And this season, I think, for Goa to do well, he's one of the major reasons.
In the 2020
Yes.
as well as the Ranji Trophy.
Even the Ranji Trophy. Ranji Trophy is the biggest thing for me. 2020s, I think the way Sagun and Swapnil gave us the start, the way both of them batted, and the way especially
Harshad
Gadekar bowled was fantastic. I think I was just watching it from the bench, and I saw each and every game, the way they have actually performed. It was fantastic to see.
You were a part of that team.
I was part of the team, yes.
You were a part of that squad.
Yes,
So
I was
which
part of-
Goa became number 3, I believe, in India this year.
Yes, I was part of it.
Because after Baroda were the champions, UP number 2 and Goa was number 3.
came number 3, yes.
Extremely good. So you're a part again of the team which does well.
Yeah, I was part of the team, yes. But
Whether you're on the bench or on the field.
yeah,
It's a point to be noted. If you want the team to do good, have Robin in your squad. Coming to your personal question, like you have been playing cricket. How has your family backed you up? How your mom or your dad? Of course, your brother is also playing
Yes.
cricket, so it's not a big issue. How your sister also? How your family has looked up on?
Family is the biggest strength which I actually have, because other than that, there's no cousins or anything like that which I have in Goa, especially. So my mom and dad has always been my biggest strength, especially my dad. When he was there, he was always there, keen follower of my cricket. Never was to be seen, but he'll sit in somewhere, some far off tree, or he'll be around watching me from, and I know he's there. I know he's the presence. So once I go home, if I get around 99 or if I get 9, but if I bowl badly,
You
or
would know
if I
it.
get 5, he'll know it. He will say, stupid shot to play at that particular moment. So these things were always grabbing me that there is someone watching me. So they've always been very like biggest strength for me, helpful. And mom especially, she's always been my
Your
strength.
dad's loss must have been a big loss for you.
Yes, it was a big loss for us, but he was struggling a bit. So
You were happy that the things were going fine at that
yes,
particular.
yes. I mean, he's always been there for me. And even my mom, like she's been such a strength for me that whatever goes wrong, I mean, if things are going badly, people are talking bad about you, don't worry, is what she says. Things will get better. I mean, those words are enough from
Enough.
someone who's actually because. And in years from now, I've developed a lot of patience where I just smile at people, because I've been always told that you do have a very good smile. So if I can say that, if I can have that on my face plastered for people who don't think good about me, I mean that's just giving it back without saying a word.
Great, that's very
Yeah.
good. About your marriage, what are your plans? How you go about it?
Well, that's exactly. I mean, you've answered it. How do I go about it? That's what I can say.
You're still going about.
I am still going about it. I'm not married as yet,
Yeah.
and so I mean, let's see where my future wife is.
Okay, that's very nice. And what you would like to result in Goa, if Goa asks you back at times, say not right now, say around
Yeah.
5 years back, if Goa looks upon to you, not only Goan Cricket Association, I'm talking of just Goa, the state,
Yes.
which has provided you with a lot of your support, life itself.
Yes.
How you get back to Goa? What you would like to do for Goa?
As much as I could actually, because the state has made me their son. I'm proudly represented this beautiful state for 10 years. But the only thing I could request is don't kill the greenery.
Yeah.
Because it
And
looks
the
like-
animals, you're a big fan of pets, I think. You're a lot of
I'm
pets.
very keen follower of animal. This is another option I could actually get into. I want to serve maybe in a zoo, like just open up a zoo or something like that. So do something for the animals, and yes, I mean there are 2 career options I've got, which is pretty strong at the moment. So yeah.
Nice chatting with you, Robin. I want you to give a message to the youngsters, the Goans, what you could do for the sport, for cricket, in life, how to move about, what do you feel about life?
Nothing much to say to the youngsters, because most of the things they know, and all I have to say is just enjoy the sport, because the more you love this sport, the better you're going to do, and the sport is going to love you back. If you love cricket, cricket is always going to love you back. So from me, I mean, I would just say all the very best actually. I'm always there around if anyone needs any kind of a help. And yeah, I mean, it's just fantastic the way people have been to you guys. So just stay happy, stay cool.
Thanks, Robin. It was
Pleasure.
a really nice hour with you. Thank you.